You're watching On Approach. This is episode 19.
63, climb maintain 13 down.
13,000, Tempo 63.
63, contact the New York Center 128.3.
28, Tempo 63, good day. Hello, Captain.
On Approach is a weekly flight sim and aviation enthusiast podcast covering the week's top user-submitted stories and news on the SkyLounge.tv. Welcome to another show, everyone. We've got some hot topics this week. We will dive right in, but first, let's welcome our hosts. Starting from the top, we have Mr. Mark, aka Spark Smudge.
Hello, captains.
Hello, hello. And then we've got the newest Metallica member, Mr.
Sirius Black.
Mr. Pear, aka Pear On.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Welcome, welcome. Then we got Mr. Brian, aka B Crawley 57.
Good morning, everyone.
And we've got just over here, Mr. Keven, aka Live Sparks, straight from the San Francisco headquarters.
Yeah, that's great. It's great to be here. It's really great to be here.
We had a great time at the air show this past weekend. We went to the Travis Air Force Base Air Show and saw the Thunderbirds. An amazing time. And last but definitely not least, we've got Ken, aka MyNoodleIsCaramel.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, sir. All right.
Sounds like you're in a Borg cube.
It does. When he goes live, it's like... It's all good, though. It's all good. Sound checks are beautiful. All right. We're starting off hot, man. We're starting off hot. Dovetail Games Flight Sim World announcement video. I like this because we're going straight into a clip. This one brought to us by Mr. Rob Skip. Thank you, sir, for the scoop. He was very fast on this one too. Let me tell you, very fast. We're going to go full screen on this, and I'll patch in some audio as well.
Flight Sim World for me is an incredibly exciting challenge. It's about
Feel free to call a
flight
pause or
simulation
anything you
forwards.
guys want.
We're bringing Flight Sim World to early access. We believe it makes no sense to work in isolation, so we wish to work with the community, engage with them to shape the future of Flight Sim World over the coming weeks and months.
Things have changed dramatically in flight simulation space over recent years, not just in hardware configurations and the available power, but in the demands of the audience. And what we're trying to do at Dovetail is
Lots of GA in
provide
there,
a
yeah?
platform that will stand the test of time
Told
in
you.
the next
Yeah,
5-10
yeah.
years.
Dovetail has
I love
listened a
the
lot
flight planner
to the
stayed in.
community. Being able to unleash what the hardware can do today is very good for the longevity.
That lighting,
So
though.
from DirectX 9 to DirectX 11, we changed from a 32-bit application to a 64-bit application, and we also tried to rebalance the usage between the
I'd like him to be
and
my
the
speed instructor.
What our flight sim offers is the opportunity to really appreciate the aircraft in a way not previously possible. We've integrated a host of new technologies: physically based rendering, image-based lighting, ambient occlusion.
We've captured
Ambient
even
occlusion.
minute details in the aircraft,
This
such as gauges,
this guy
leveling,
guy
ambulation,
scares the hell out of me.
systems in the airplane
You saw this guy
accurately
dark alley.
represented.
You really feel as though you're in that cockpit at 3,000 feet.
We work with a number of third-party developers who have years of experience of creating top-quality
I have that
flight
shirt.
simulation content. To the extent
I really actually have that shirt.
actually provide content which is part of the core Flight Sim World software.
As a pilot, you care hugely about the environment that's around you. It has to be accurately portrayed in Flight Sim World in order for you to fear it.
Rain on the glass.
People who
want to take it to the next step, we have the Pro Mission tool, which will allow you to use the same tools that the designers at Dovetail are using to create content.
I'm really passionate about aviation.
Pretty slick. Looks like a drag and drop mission tool.
World is sort of a dream come true, really.
That's a nice
It allows
thing.
me to try and bring that involvement that I've had with aeroplanes and all the finer details into the simulator.
There we go, man. That's it. So what we do know, we'll just recap what we do know. This came alongside a couple of other announcements, right? We have the fact that they canceled they completely discontinued the flight school, and they simultaneously announced that if you bought the flight school app on Steam, that you'll actually be receiving this for free. So if you bought Flight School, you'll be receiving this for free. Let's start at the top. My top, Mr. Mark, thoughts?
Do you know what? This hand says I really want them to succeed and go well and be brilliant. And my mind in this hand says it's going to be a failure. So I'm sitting in the middle. I'm on the fence with this one totally.
Completely on the fence. All right, Mr. Pear.
Exciting news, for sure. But yeah, what to say? Just have to wait and see what happens. I don't have any more to say about it, actually.
Okay, Mr. Brian.
Yeah, I'm always excited to see something new come to market. In fact, it's going to be 64-bit. Looks like a new lighting engine. Some of the nice bits have pulled in from Flight School, the flight plan and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's interesting times. This is the first major launch for us of 2017. I'm sure there'll be more to come, but yeah, very interested.
Mr. Keven.
I think there's too much for me to talk about for this little show, so I'll have to go around and make a better landing at some point later this week.
You got it, Mr. Kevin's the first to call a go around. All right, Mr. Ken.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's always good to see something new. It promotes competition, and it forces developers to up their game. But I'm in the same position. It's a go around. That I have too many things that don't sit well with me on this one.
All right, you got it. So we got 2 go arounds. I'm down for a go around on this one as well. I've got a whole lot to say. I think you can read so much into this. You really can. There's just there's ups, there's downs, there's highs, there's lows. I'm gonna go for number 3. I'll call for a go around on this as well.
I didn't want to say too much because there's other stories that we're going to hit on, and yes, there is this story is not just this video. I mean, it's a lot bigger. So yeah, I'm going to go around on it as well.
Yeah, likewise.
All right, so there we go, ladies and gents. On the go around, what we're gonna do. This is our first. It's actually really exciting. We've got a topic where we're all calling go around. What we're going to do, we're going to circle around later on this week. It'll be a midweek show. It'll be a special. I'm not going to commit to an hour. It could be 3 hours. I don't know. It could be 30 minutes. But what we'll do is we'll dedicate an entire show to discussing openly only this topic and this topic alone. And it'll be a completely uncensored show. You'll hear all of us going at it, throwing out our opinions and fighting for what we feel is what we think and what's right. It's going to be interesting. It'll be really cool. So look out for that notification soon. Our first go around. I love it. So Mr. Rob, thank you so much for submitting that story. We will be moving on to the next, keeping that one brief. This one's submitted by Ivana Fly. TFDi Design releases a new video to promote Pilot Lindy. Oh, and a giveaway too. Let's check this one out, shall we? I love that we have another video to go into. This is going to be great.
I'm sorry, Josh. I'm really sorry, Josh.
Josh, Sky 5, our friends at TFDi Design that so graciously sponsored our Flight Collective. Sky 5, we love you very much, but we're going in on this one. Here we go. Bringing the audio in. Okay. So there we go.
Well, I say she's very cute.
I want to play that once again.
Remove the sound thing.
Okay. Go.
I don't understand what I'm looking at. Other than a pretty, an attractive woman. Yes.
Is she a real pilot, or is she just a model in a pilot shirt?
I'm confused.
So background info.
Well,
She's a real.
Wait, no background info yet. You're not allowed the background info yet.
I did see 717.
Yes.
So we might have something to do with the 717 in the background.
The 717 is exactly the 717 is in there, very faded, very faded. Look how faded it is. Actually, look, it never comes into a full frame. Actually, it's kind of just there. And giveaway doesn't even come into a full screen. Giveaway is even kind of faded. But you best damn believe there's clear footage of this.
I'm still confused. The subject is releases a new video to promote Pilot Lindy. Okay, so we have to see this alleged pilot. Now, it's a great gimmick if you want to say Pilot Lindy will be bringing you news and events, but there was nothing. And then we're talking about a giveaway. I don't get it. I don't get it.
So here's the actual post with the thing. Is they want a chance to win the TFDi Design 717. Follow Pilot Lindy and TFDi Design on Instagram and comment on Pilot Lindy's video about why you are, I'm guessing it's wanting to win or something of the sort. But let's move into Keven with a little background on it.
Yeah, we did some research afterwards because we can't live without doing this kind of research. She's an actual 717 pilot, and she has a big, massive following on Instagram, so that's a good promotion, I guess. Wow. But I laughed my ass quite loudly in the store earlier when I found this on Instagram.
I like. I
love you, Josh. No offense, right?
Here's my thing. Here's my take. Okay, and now look. Full disclosure, right? I'm a photographer. Sexuality and sexualization of the female form is something I've been accused of many a times for my art. However, I think that it's important that you kind of realize when it's art and when it's a great opportunity to empower more than just that sexuality and empower more than just like the overall looks. I feel like this could have benefited so much more by saying, look, can we have you give a little quick blurb on our plane? You're an actual 717 pilot, but from this video, we don't know that. The first question here, Ken, was like, is she a real pilot or is she just wearing the uniform? Because honestly, I feel like they found like a unicorn. She's gorgeous. She's a pilot. She flies the actual plane they make. Like that's unicorn status. But they missed this golden opportunity to really show that, but instead left lots of questions. Because I could pull a model in a minute that can put on that same uniform and sit there and smile as pretty as this girl did, because that's really, it seemed like the director was like, okay, just smile now. No, just smile now. Talk nerdy to me, damn it. Talk nerdy to me.
and
Yeah.
make a million Teen
dirty.
Boys fantasies come to life.
And
Am I
now that
right?
we know this, that she's an actual
She
717
is.
pilot, if I would have known this in the beginning, that would have been all right, cool. But like you were saying, speak about it. What are your thoughts about what you, as an actual rated type pilot of said aircraft, think about the simulated version? That would have my full focus. Not because she's just an attractive woman. Yes, the form is pleasing. I can get over that in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, be nerdy. Tell me what you actually feel.
There are
That's
some
what
key points. In all fairness, Kevin and I did overanalyze the shit out of this video. We would like to point out some positives. The plane is indeed on. Okay. The although the laptop does not appear to be on. We'll just say it's sun glare. The joystick is indeed plugged in. Another huge one. However, if she's actually flying in this, it's important to point out that laptop would probably be in some energy saving mode, at which point performance would not be at its highest. So, and so yeah, and she's absolutely gorgeous. Lindy, all in good fun. Super awesome that you get to fly these things in real life, and we just get to play with toys. Mad love to the folks at TFDi Design. Keep it up. And if you do want to win a copy of the 717, by all means, head over to Pilot Lindy's site, drop her a link to our video, and also follow TFDi Design and comment on Lindsay's video why you want a 717.
Or just respond to this here vidcast and message me direct saying we're going to give you this guy a copy for keeping it real. Because I want the plane.
Any thoughts? You've been quiet, Mr. Pear. And I noticed the roll of toilet paper behind you. Don't hide it from me.
She's gorgeous. Yes.
She's beautiful. But she's not real. This is only a static image, okay? She's not on a webcam. Calm down.
She's a unicorn.
No, it doesn't work. No reaction.
No reaction from Sparky. No reaction from Sparky. That is a sharp tie, too, by the way. That is proper. I hope that's real.
That's a
clip-on?
Like Windsor knot.
I hope that's not a clip-on, because that's even sexier.
No,
even sexier if that's a real tie.
Lindy, well done.
Lindy, I would like to know if that is a full proper knot. Just respond that to me and we're good. I would like to know if that's a full knot. Tell me it's not a clip-on. Please tell me it's not a clip-on.
A lot of them have clip-ons for security reasons. Because if you
right?
get grabbed by the tie, it's better that the tie comes away than they pull you down and they've got you.
It's true.
Look at this guy coming in with some super knowledge.
It's true. I've heard that too. I've heard that Jazz, Air Canada Jazz, or Express, what it's called now, they have clip-ons because they can't, for security reasons. That's true.
Well, my
That's
heart is now
very
broken.
good point. Very good point.
Dang, Mr. B.
He knows stuff.
That's where I used to work.
He's not as stupid as you look, Edson.
What's that?
Mr. B.
Did I look at Mr. B?
No. I just said he's not as stupid as you look.
Oh. Alright, moving on. Next topic. Dynamic friction mod. This one submitted by Mr. Pear. Here we go.
Yes.
I remember seeing this video, or I watched it live. That was something.
That 777 coming into Heathrow.
No, of the JetBlue.
Do you love
It's an
the image
Airbus.
that I chose for this, Mr. Pear? You like it?
Splendid.
Can you tell us a little more about this dynamic friction mod?
Yes, I can. Yes. So this is, it's not new by any means. This has been out for ages. It's part of a Lua script for FSUIPC, which basically makes your taxi in, let's say, the NGX or any plane for that matter, very easy. So you could basically taxi now on idle thrust instead of having trouble with the thrust and the speed on the runway. So if you taxi out with NGX and you're medium loaded, maybe lightly loaded, you give it a nice push on the throttles to get it moving, and then you can relax the retarded throttles all the way back and taxi on idle thrust.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that would be a benefit too. That's nice.
Yeah, it's, as I said, it's not new. This has been out for ages. I posted it because of maybe some new guys didn't know about it and wanted to give it a try. I use it all the time. I've been using it on all the planes, and as far as I can see, I haven't had any side effects by using it. So,
Mr. Pear, how would that benefit me? You know, I'm king of the super taxi. You know, I'm always being shouted at to, you're on the taxiway, on taxiway. It's like, yeah, but I want to get to the runway.
You might get in trouble if you're using turboprops then, Sparks. You need to be very careful.
Yeah, I was actually just about to say, so things like, for example, the Twin Otter, right? Those things, they like to move, bro. They like to move even at idle. So would that be too exaggerated or no?
No, absolutely not. I've been using this on the Twin Otter and it's working just fine.
Okay.
No side effects by using it. So,
I'm always scared this kind of script would easy dog the shit out of my airplanes and like throw them back into the sky and stuff. What is that limit of like modification to the physics? What does it modify? The friction only, or does it affect the actual physics of the airplane?
It is supposed to only modify the friction, so when the ground effects. So when you taxi and have the wheels on the ground, but I really don't know. I've heard people being skeptical about this script. It might mess up flight physics and whatnot on advanced planes, but I've been using this for several years, many years. I've been using this. I have never had any ill effect from using it, so
that's good.
So if you don't like it, if you find stuff happening, just deactivate it. It's very easy.
So you can activate and deactivate just from the menu even? Or from the FSUIPC menu when it pops up?
Yeah, you just basically pull it out of, copy the Lua script out of your modules folder and make another folder inside the modules folder. Just drop it in there and it will be deactivated.
Okay, but it's not on the fly. You can't say, oh, I don't like the way this plane is moving. Boom, untick it. Okay.
No, it's not on the fly.
Okay, so definitely something to test first, yeah? To test with a few different planes and see if you like it. And cool. Thank you for sharing that, man. That's awesome. I think that might be something I'm going to play with very soon.
Yeah, because you had a runway earlier when you were sideways on it. And you just stationary. You just went to do something else, and when you came back, it was down the hill for whatever reason, even if the plane was stationary.
Yep. Absolutely. All right, moving on. Next topic. This one's submitted by Mr. Spark Smudge. PMDG's official position on PMDG's official position on DTG's. Oh, that could rhyme almost. PMDG's official position on DTG's FSW pending P3D update at ETC. Okay.
Right. Good attempt.
That's it. Hey. Here we go. So this is what PMDG says about Dovetail games. And there's a little drama in here. It's getting a little hot. Mr. Sparks,
This is the comment that I said with the go around, because if you read these two articles, there's two articles here. There's the first one where Mr. Ranzazzo comments on the future of P3D and Dovetail Games' World Flight, whatever it's called. And that kind of, you read that and you kind of you get this like, right, so that's the position. But then he follows it up again on just the Flight Sim World, and when you read that, that's when my mind's really going into overdrive, and I've got so much to say on it. But I'm not going to say it now. I'm going to say that on the go around.
Lovely. All right, so so this is fuel for that then. This is
absolutely. This is the fuel. That's a fuel tank. That's like a tanker, like a a ship
being thrown out of a plane in chase plane.
Okay, wonderful. wonderful. Yeah, so just to really throw that out there. I mean, there's some serious stuff in here. I mean, this is full disclosure, full exposure. There's chat of PMDG, because we couldn't see the value in surrendering nearly 65% of the revenue earned in our products in order to be present in that channel. I mean, this shit's getting real. So part of the go around, folks, later on this week, please make sure to hit notify on your on our podcast, and you'll get a notification when that episode goes online. Thank you, Mr. Sparks, for the fuel. Next story is submitted by Mr. Noodle, same Twitch streamer yet again. So this one, for a little background info, this is Ice Poseidon. Ice Poseidon is an IRL streamer on Twitch.tv who got into a little trouble when he was swatted on an airplane. Let's watch this and then we will dive in on it.
Sorry, can I say before you start?
Yes.
His nose. Alright, sorry. Continue, move on.
Wow. I think you know what? No. I think it's just running chase plane. This is wide angle.
Yeah.
Hey! Sky 5.
Wow. Chase plane makes everything better.
This is it. Okay, let's dive in on this. Let's watch. We're gonna kick up the audio. Here we go.
We broke the news. Phoenix police.
This was at 10 minutes.
Airlines plane at Sky Harbor. Police say an anonymous threat was called in. That threat wound up being not credible.
Here we go.
Plane at Sky Harbor.
Yeah, we just talked with the people who were taken off the plane. To recap, police say somebody called in a threat against the plane, which flew from Los Angeles to Phoenix tonight. New right now, an online
look at this.
personality, somebody who streams video online, says it was a bomb threat and it was a prank. He says he was the target.
So this was the man who was taken off the plane, Paul DeNeo. ABC 15's John Erickson talked to him over the phone just in the last 15 minutes.
I felt really bad for everybody on the plane because they just had to sit there because of this guy who called.
All right, we're gonna stop there. Whoa! Look at his nose in that one. Good lord. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Go, Noodle. This is you to lead in with, man.
Remove the info.
All right, let's kill the sound. There we go.
I'm going to try to be as brief as I can, or this could possibly go around, because this does have larger ramifications. Number one, for any viewers out there, the IRL thing in real life, Twitch viewers allow you to just, bring out your regular life, speak and do anything as you please. The majority of them kind of just walk around towns, whatnot, filming their lives and being entertaining. This guy, I am sorry, he's not apologetic, period. Because not too long ago, he went through this nonsense, and a viewer showed up where he was at, how convenient, while he was eating, and this kid set off a fire extinguisher, which everyone in the restaurant had to evacuate. Emergency services had to come down, which means someone's going to have to foot that bill.
Bro, let me toss this in. Even worse. It was a restaurant at a hotel. So when the fire alarms went off, they evacuated every single room into the street, bro. And it was a Denny's, so we're talking like whatever time in the morning.
Yeah. So, you know, number one, I have no sympathy for this guy because a lot of these kind of things have happened around him, and he continues to do it. Now, this, in light of the events that have happened in the past few years, and a lot with things that are going on in the world with terrorism and this, that, and the other. If you want to film your life, by all means. But you need to be smart. You need to say, hey, well, I'm at the airport, I'm getting ready to go someplace, and I'll talk to you next time. Do not indicate your destination. Hence what we see here, ladies and gentlemen. So
why isn't Twitch closed down in real life already?
Well, they are definitely, I say no. He's been permabanned.
They say indefinitely banned as of this event.
Yeah, on Twitch we all know that means like permanent.
Well, they could possibly. It would be a foul if they bring him back, seeing as this became national news. I mean, to the point of, you know, a bomb threat was called in. If Twitch were allowed to bring this guy back, they are a failure. Because to me, it's like they are like legitimizing his actions. You know, don't give him a platform anymore. You know, this could potentially harmed. You know, an average 737 flight has about 200 people on there. This could have literally injured people. Yeah. You know, what is wrong with people like this? So I suggest to you guys out there watching who know people who do this, be sensible.
I mean, obviously he's the victim here, and the guy
he's the victim.
But he's just as accountable. But this guy's just as accountable as the guy who called it in. Yes. Because he should be doing this.
Right.
At the beginning, I got to see kind of like the part before the call-in, and what ended up happening was he's sitting at the gate, and he's like, oh, yeah, you know, I'm on a flight here to here, whatever, and I'm at this gate. He's like, oh, I shouldn't have given that information, and he's like, but who cares? What could anyone do with that? Right? He literally, like, in my personal opinion, he literally dropped that nugget on purpose.
Yeah, if you watch some of this,
seems to do often, and he really does have that track record. If you look at this clip right here, that's another instance at his house where he was swatted by police. Like it's like that. He baits. That's the word for it. Yeah.
He baits the community. And you know, all that does is it allowed him to have so many viewers.
Yeah. So
and get money for this crap.
Being on a plane, that's a whole nother level to fuck with. That's you're talking federal shit.
Yes, exactly. He should pay for everything for that. For every emergency service that showed up, he should pay for the inconvenience of everybody on that flight. He should be barred from that airline as well. I'm sorry. You caused this problem. And people might say, but Noodle, Ken, that's too strong. Really? Look at the world, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
People are getting away with minuscule things. This is major. Lives are at risk. We're talking about an airplane full of an average 200 people.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Yeah, that's also diminishing real bomb threats. You know, we know most of them aren't real, but if one of them is real, we have to still take them seriously. So having fake things like this, with all the attentions of like the media on Twitch and stuff like that, if there's a real threat at some point, it might not be taken seriously with the results. Unhappy results could benefit. Could go from that.
Indeed.
I only have one thing to say about that.
Yeah.
He's a fucking dick.
Yeah, or fucking nose. You can go both ways.
Yeah.
I'm really
knows no bounds.
I am really holding back on this one, to be quite honest, because the anger and frustration I saw on this.
When Ice Poseidon was walking around the corner, do you see his nose 10 minutes before you see him?
So he immediately made the jump onto YouTube like right away. He's been on YouTube since right away.
He's gonna get banned from there really quickly.
It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. Yeah. All right, moving on. Next topic. Intel tells Core i7 7700K owners to stop overclocking to avoid high temps. I could take this one. But I think I would love to hear, because I see Noodle's face, I would love to hear his initial reaction to Intel saying to stop overclocking to avoid high temps.
Bottom line, there is no real reason to overclock. There really isn't. But people are going to do it anyway for the look what I can do. And it does heat up your rig. I wouldn't doubt that they're saying that because people are probably buying their chips, okay? They're overclocking them, they're burning them out, and then they're going to go and complain, I want a refund because it was no good. This is probably, they're probably not going to put it out, but I would suspect that's what is happening. People are overclocking to see what they get, and they're burning them out, and they want refunds because it happened in less than a month. That's what I think it is. Because at no point have I ever seen Intel in their history have they put out any statement like this when the K models have been known for overclocking. So for them to put out something... Can I
say something here?
Sure.
I mean, I know I've built computers for many years, and the current rig I'm using is overclocked. Overclocking is very dangerous. I'll put it out there straight away. It will diminish the life of your CPU. They do have a leeway. No chip is the same. The chip I've got might not be the same as Noodle's chip. Even though it's the same chip, the actual components inside are not the same, and they have different tolerances. Overclock moderately and have good cooling, and you're good to go. Leave the extreme overclocking to the extreme overclockers with their liquid nitrogen flows over the top. Leave it to those guys. Don't buy a 770K and say, look, I can get 6.0 gigabytes more out of this. You're doing yourself a disservice. Throttle it back, bump it a little bit. You'll be good to go.
So what ended up happening was that people were seeing that, like, if they launched the browser, that CPU temps would spike up close to like 90 degrees, right? Like on a single action, that it would, erratically spike up in temperature, almost to peak, and then re-level back out or whatever. But they were seeing just this weird spiking happening, many of which were found out to have done stuff like delidding. Have you guys heard of delidding yet?
Yeah, I've heard of it. But
that shit's crazy, bro. They take the lid off the CPU cap.
Okay.
This is putting the sync directly onto the chip.
Onto the actual chip. You know that silver part you see on a chip? That's just the lid to the chip.
Right.
Because the chip is a little tiny little box in the center. Bro, they take that silver piece off. They make special tools and everything. They take that off, and they put the CPU coolers right on the actual chip itself. Now, how much money you think Intel spends to research this shit, to put this little lid on there? Probably a shit ton of money. So then also, when you buy a CPU cooler, and many of us have built rigs, we know what it's like. You buy a CPU cooler, it's matched to the type of chip, because when you put the cooler on and you latch it down, it knows exactly what that clearance is going to be to touch perfectly on that lid. Now you remove the lid, and you have the chip, and there's a little gap.
Here you go. Yeah. You see the tip of this pen? That's your chip.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's what heats up.
Yeah.
And that sits on your water block. I'm going to use this like that. It's heating that one spot. on your heat sink. What the lid does is it dissipates that heat and spreads it over the whole fan, over the whole plate. That's why you use thermal paste to dissipate that heat. If you got one spot on a heat sink, it's not dissipating nothing.
No. Wow, that's news. I had never heard of this de-lidding. That's a new one on me.
Quite the canned response from the folks at Intel, but like Noodle pointed out, it's actually kind of entertaining that Intel had to, as far as I can tell, at least, for the first time, have to kind of give out a very general statement that should be pretty general knowledge to an overclocker.
Yeah.
If you overclock, your chip may overheat.
If you're one of these extreme overclockers, the guys that do the competitions.
Oh,
you must have seen the competitions, these extreme overclockers, and they've got the big liquid nitrogen tanks sitting directly onto the core, and they get ridiculous gigahertz out of them. That's why they delid, so they can get these ridiculous, push that chip to its limit, and they do blow up, they burn out, but they get them to the limit of their capacity. That's what they do. They do this in competition. We don't do this. We don't do it, guys.
And that's the thing too. Is like Sparks mentioned, every chip is a very special snowflake. They're all incredibly different. Like what I can get with my chip, even though you have the same chip, you may not be able to touch, and vice versa. Like it really is. Each individual chip has its own cap. And so, by overclocking, you're running that risk with every little bit you give out, you pull out of it. You absolutely are. So, thank you for the common sense smack in the head, Intel, that you may overheat your chip if you overclock. So.
And it's expensive, and it's probably the most expensive component apart from your graphics card.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Don't ever keep buying chips.
There's that.
All right, moving on. Next topic. This one's submitted by ORBX via Ivana, a few from Bilbao. This is exciting. So this is Bilbao in Spain. In our Spanish tour of northern Spain, we actually flew in and out of Bilbao. I'm glad we didn't wait for this release because it's been a long time since they announced it. They actually announced it right at the beginning of our tour, and we considered holding our tour until this was released. I'm glad we didn't. But this looks absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful detail on the jetways.
ORBX hitting it again.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing that I read a little bit about this one, and it was down the page when I believe it was the Prez CEO, whatever. Basically, it indicated that we're not forgetting our roots. We know where we came from, and there's nothing wrong with giving back this level of quality to our users. So to me, it was kind of like that humble pie saying, hey, we do put out a lot. We know you spend a lot, but at least we can do is give you some of the same quality for free. And to me, that cements your customer base. That lets them know that, we know we put out a lot. We know we have a huge thing, and there's a lot of paying. But at a minimum, we can give you something like this for free.
I love
this one. This one. I don't think that this one is not the freeware one though. This one is not the freeware one. I know what you're referring to.
I thought this was the
You're
one.
referring to the seaplane that they're seaplane base that they're doing for free, and they are doing one for free, but it's not this one.
Oh, I thought this was it.
No, this one is probably going to be in their premium tier of payware, so coming in at around $34, $39. Yeah, Bilbao, as far as I know, is not going to be free. But you're right; they have come out with yet another free freeware announcement.
I love the design of that terminal building.
Isn't this amazing? Yeah, and then the jetways coming out in a very similar fashion. It's all very aeronautical.
Very, very angular.
Yeah, it's angular and kind of got those like a smooth line, it's for aerodynamics. That's really interesting to see. That's how it is on the jetway itself. That's pretty striking.
Let's see if we can get additional info.
He's just released his final shots for Sannon Airport 11 minutes ago. So that'll be out in the next day or two. That's in Sweden, I believe.
Will the airport have moving jetways? Asks Eric, and yes, the Control J kind, says Marcus. So we'll have those beautiful jetways will actually work as well.
Not Sode.
Not Sode. Not Sode. Cool. All right, moving on. Next story. By the way, from me for Bilbao, I'm gonna have to say Sky 5. What about you guys? Sky 5 or Skydive?
It's
so
beautiful.
Far,
Looks
good.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Really
ORBX,
nice.
the team at ORBX and the guys that build their airports for them are just going from strength to strength at the moment. They're I'm not. Apart from that one airport, I think the one in Norway that Per got, and he wasn't impressed with it. They've all been really, really good so far. They've just been getting better and better and better.
Yeah, their quality control is very, very good. It's on point.
All right, moving on. Next topic. Freeware announcement. I.D.S. to release MBGT Jags McCartney International for free. It's nice to see an international airport coming out for free because you know these are typically fairly large projects. Jags McCartney is just outside of Turks and Caicos in that general region. So this is a nice hop from the Florida coast, for example.
Looks like home.
Nice little GA.
It's a beautiful
parking.
hangar.
Great detail.
I like free.
I like
Free's
free.
always good.
Look at the texture on the ground.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Little pebbles, real nice.
That's different. That's really different.
Nice
I think it's probably the
vegetation.
first airport.
Go ahead, Noodle. Sorry, the first airport that.
I think that's the first airport that I've seen that had that kind of texturing.
Yeah.
But
Ooh.
I'm gonna give them a small little.
Okay.
Because I.D.S. they did Sacramento, and Sacramento, the airport, has issues. I love you guys. You made my hometown airport, but I'm a little worried, guys. I'm a little worried.
Me too. So they announced that. Yeah.
Free, man. You're not losing nothing.
Still, but it's the headache factor.
Yeah,
you know?
but what if free costs you frames though? Like Sacramento, if Sacramento was free, it still costs you frames, man. They did say they were releasing a performance update for that, but it has not hit the stores yet. Yeah, so.
Still waiting.
It looks like they include kind of a, I don't know if that's a plaza or a water park or something of the sorts, or just some. It's really pretty with the cruise ships there.
Is it me or those liners look awfully close in that last shot? Or maybe
that's pretty
they
close
look
together, huh?
awfully close.
Yeah, that's pretty close together. That's a nice front face.
Yeah.
Little parking area. Yeah, it's like
I'll probably
nice
pick it up.
approach.
Free.
Ooh, over the water. Both sides is over the water. That's nice.
That is nice. 3D grass. Ooh, look at the night lighting on the sign, though, bros.
Very nice.
You can see
Now-
each tube.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that normal?
What?
Because-
Yeah, that's a 64-bit sim.
What is that?
Wow.
64-bit sim. You can only be that. There's no way a 32-bit sim would support that. No.
What is that?
Yeah, because it's normally kind of like a solid in it, and in the numbers are lit up. So I'm surprised to see that.
Yeah, there are multiple ways of doing it, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's cool to see some custom ones.
Definitely. Well, thank you, I.D.S., man. Keep them coming. We look forward to that. And last but not least, in the main story section, a hard Boeing 747 landing. 747 hammering down on the runway.
Yeah. Didn't you play this clip on my stream the other day, Mr. Edson? Is this the same clip when I done my landing and you said, did it look like this?
I don't think so. I don't
think
know,
I've
bro.
seen. I didn't see this yet.
Here, I'll flip up the audio and we can check this one out.
Yeah, I didn't see this yet.
Actually, we don't need audio for this, so we'll go straight into it like this.
It's cool. I can see it on the real screen.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Brace for impact.
That wasn't that hard.
I'm sorry, what?
No, the one you showed me the other day was where it
Hold on.
bounced up back up into the air.
Bro, look at this. Bro, how can that thing was about to rip apart.
Okay, I'm looking at some fulls. Ooh, that's hard.
Look at the movement.
That was hard. Look at the way the wheels just they hit in the front half just slammed down to the ground.
Yeah, that hurt.
It was not a full deflection of the pneumatic or the.
No, check it out.
Whatever.
Look at the right inner. Watch
right
the
inner?
compression.
Oh,
the right inner.
Shit. Yeah, you're right,
Look
dude.
at the compression.
The tires changed shape.
It was not a full compression, though.
What do you mean a full compression? That bottomed out, bro.
Yeah, that
was not a full compression. It was close, but it was not a full compression.
Hold on. You can do frame by frame. Ah, come on. Why doesn't it work frame by frame? There must be a new keystroke for frame by frame. Because it's skipping 5 seconds at a time right now.
Yeah.
What the heck? Here we go. Frame by frame, suckers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the initial touchdown did nothing, but once it
Dude,
came
look at the
back
wheel
down,
shapes. Look at the wheel shape. Look at the wheel shape. Right here on the inner right. Look at the wheels completely shift shapes.
Yeah, it's normal. Look at the flap also. The flap is like
that, but you can't say that's normal. I mean, that is.
Well, it's designed that way. If you look at like landing tests for like the 380, you see the wheel buggy dropping on the ground. It will wobble. The wheels will deform. It's made that way. But what really matters is like deflection of the suspension system.
Well, I mean, I get like with testing and all, they're going to test them under extreme circumstances, definitely. But
that little bounce.
Though, that is a hard landing.
Oh, I mean, there it is. There it is. When it comes down to second time, bro, that is complete.
Yeah.
That is complete.
Yeah, because the full weight is on it.
Exactly, and that's what I was saying.
Look at that. There's no silver now.
The right rear inner. And you can really see it.
Well, that's normal at that point. Yeah.
Oh my god, but still, that had to be. I mean, just looking at the entire fuselage, I mean, it's like there was really some travel in there, you know. So
look at the taxi light. Does it turn on automatically when the main wheels touch?
Oh, did it?
Oh, I want to see that. Oh, yeah.
What the hell did you? What are you looking at? Are you looking at lights?
Yeah.
Let me see
taxi
this.
lights on the nose.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Oh, you're right.
Oh yes.
When the
You're
rears
right.
hit.
When the rears hit.
Yeah. No,
Never
that's
knew
cool.
that.
Now I wonder if that's modeled in.
Yeah, have to check out PMDG.
Yeah. I'm gonna check.
You nerds! It must be a mod, bro. It's just a Lewis script. It's just a Lewis script.
Cool.
But what's the rest of the video? Because it looks like a 10-minute video. It can't be like a replay, a slow motion replay.
No, it's just some more stuff happening.
Oh, it's other aircraft. Yeah, I'm kind of like, yeah, it's just more of the same.
Yeah, it's cargo spotting.
Of different, yeah, it's cargo spotting.
Yeah,
You really
good
should
guy.
have shown the one I posted here the other day.
There's another. Oh yeah.
That
The
was
one where it
fully
bounced.
Go and check out Cargo Spotter over
Who
on
showed the
YouTube,
one on my
guys.
stream?
It
Who
was
showed
me.
the one on my stream? Was that you, Mr. Pear? That was crazy because I mean, it literally it compressed and then bounced back up into the air. You know, a good 2 feet clearance of the ground before it comes slamming back down again. That was scary hard.
That was really, really hard.
Submit that for next week, man. We'd love to get that in the show. We'll put that in for next week. That'd be a good one to follow up. Make sure you go check out Cargo Spotter over on YouTube. Amazing collection of videos. Thank you, Cargo Spotter.
I love watching it.
Yeah,
every week we
very
should do
much.
like the hard landing of the week. Or something.
Yeah.
You just keep bringing up my stream every week, Kevin.
Yeah, that's all we need. That's all we need. Just
All
Sparks
right.
Landing.
Moving into worth mentioning, folks, these are the stories that we've either already covered a release on, and these are updates, or we've already covered the announcement on, and these are just kind of release announcements. Starting from the top, we've got submitted by Mr. Weejon J. Ultimate Realism Pack 1.1 has been released. That was Mr. Predrag's PTA preset that we talked about last week in On Approach episode 18. Make sure to go check this out if you are looking at diving into the PTA tool, which is the P3D Tweak Assistant. Starting with the URP, the Ultimate Realism Pack, it's a good starting point for you to give your P3D just that extra little touch of visual delight. So go and check that out. It is now out. The Alabeo C310R is released for P3D and FSX. I bought this plane right away, and it very quickly became probably my favorite in the GA category. It's giving Betty Bonanza, which is a V-tail, a run for the money right now. So much so that the Sky Lounge has commissioned a patron repaint for it, so that will be coming down the pipeline soon, thanks to Sky Lounge patron Mr. Canuck Shaw. Yes, sir.
I have a word on that. And see if you can stop Mr. Canuck Shaw flying it. He did confess to me this very morning. He said, I should be painting it, but I'm too busy flying it.
Dude, it's that kind of plane. It's absolutely amazing. And it takes the GTN 750 as well. Like, boom, done. All right, go and check that out if you're interested. Also, ORBX Scotland has been updated to 1.4. So if you own the Scotland region by ORBX, go grab that update through your FTX Central 3. And last but definitely not least, the TFDi Design 717 has been updated to 1.065. That's our show for today. Do we have anything else?
Show.
Does anyone have any last minute scoops?
No.
I did get an email this week from Combat Sim, Digital Combat Simulator. They're releasing it's in alpha, I do believe, at the moment, their Normandy pack. And in relation to that, their World War II aircraft are on sale at the moment. So if you want those World War II aircraft, go and scoop them up now while they're on sale.
Awesome. Good scoop.
And E&M's has just released the final shots for Sannon Airport, Lima Sierra Golf Kilo, and so that'll be out in the next couple of days from ORBX.
Yeah, when he drops final shots, he means any day now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool. Awesome, folks. Keep the great topics coming. Please submit your stories at theskylounge.tv. Make sure to follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/theskylounge. And last but not least, join our Discord. The link is over on the Twitch page, twitch.tv/theskylounge. We'll see you next time, everyone. Thank you for watching Sky Fives.
See you in the week with Go Around.
63, climb maintain 13 down. 13,000, Tempo 63. 463, contact the New York Center 128.3. 28 ready,